I don't know why I act the way I do, like I ain't got a single thing to lose. Sometimes I'm my own worst enemy. I guess that's just the cowboy in me. I got a life that most would love to have, but sometimes I still wake up fighting mad. And where this road I'm heading down might lead, I guess that's just the cowboy in me. The urge to run, the restlessness, the heart of stone I sometimes get, the things I've done for foolish pride, the me that's never satisfied, the face that's in the mirror when I don't like what I see. I guess that's just the cowboy in me. The heart of stone I sometimes get, the things I've done for foolish pride, the me that's never satisfied, the face that's in the mirror when I don't like what I see. I guess that's just the cowboy in me. Girl, I know there's times you must have thought there ain't a line you've drawn I haven't crossed, but you set your mind to see this love on through. I guess that's just the cowboy in you. We ride, never worry about the fall. I guess that's just the cowboy in us all.
Way up high in the Sierra Peaks, where the yellow jack pines grow tall, old Sandy Bob and Buster Jiggs had a roundup camp last fall. Oh, they're taking their horses and they're running irons and maybe a dog or two, and they swore they'd brand all long-eared calves that came within their view. And any old doggy that flapped long ears and didn't brush up by day got his long ears whittled and his old hide scorched in a most artistic way. Now one fine day, old Sandy Bob, he throwed his easy go down. Well, I'm sick of the smell of this here burning hair, and I lows I'm a-going to town. So they saddles up and they hits 'em a lope, for it weren't no sight of a ride. And them was the days when a buckaroo could oil up his insides. Oh, they starts her off at Kentucky Bar at the head of a whiskey row, and the wine's up down by the depot house some 40 drinks below. But then steps up and turns around and goes her the other way. And to tell you the God-forsaken truth, them boys got stewed that day, as they was a-riding back to camp, a-packing a pretty good load. Oh, well, who should have meet but the devil himself a-prancing down the road. Says he, you ornery cowboy skunks, you better hunt your holes, for I've come up from Hell's Rim Rock to gather in your souls. Says Sandy Bob, old devil be damned, we boys is kinda tight, and you ain't gonna get no cowboy souls without one hell of a fight. So Sandy Bob punched a hole in his rope and he swung her straight and true, and he lapped it onto the devil's horns and he'd taken his dallies too. Now Buster Jiggs was a Rieta man with his gut line coiled up neat, so he shakes her out and he built him a loop and he lassered up the devil's hind feet. Well, they stretched him out and they tailed him down while the irons was getting hot, and they cropped and swallowed forked both his ears and they branded him up a lot. They pruned him up with a dehorning saw and they knotted his tail for a joke, but then rode off and left him there, neck to a blackjack oak. So if you're ever up high in the Sierra Peaks and you hear one hell of a wail, you'll know it's that devil a-bellin' about them knots tied in his tail.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Straightening the curves, yeah, flattening the hills. Someday the mountain might get 'em, but the